We are live everywhere. Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed from Erin Reed Makes. And again, sorry about the voice. I am coming back from Creativation. I didn't get sick at Creativation. I got sick with the kids because something hit the house after I got home a little bit later. So if the voice is funny, I'm so sorry. It's getting better. I had no voice as of like 3 days ago. So at least it's getting a little bit better. So welcome. Today is the unboxing of all the fun goodies that I got while I was at Creativation 2023, either by walking the showroom floor, vendors handing me things, attending classes, or going to events where they handed out swag bags and things like that. So lots and lots of fun stuff that I went to, and let's jump in and see all the cool things I got. Okay, so I got a ton of really cool things. Let's start off with my badge. And if you missed the walking around the showroom floor, I have day 1, day 2, day 3. I also have a couple of my demo days that I went and did. I also had a little a reel that I put on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube of what my day was like. So like a snippet within 45 to 60 seconds of kind of like what my day was all about. So make sure you go take a look at that because they're fun. They're fun. Okay. So I grabbed the wrong bag. Let me grab the other one. They're together. So first of all, this was the cool bag. And I'm also going to premise this. If you become a member of my YouTube channel, if you are a silver or a glitter member, which is my top 2 tiers of my membership, I'm sending out swag bags of some of the stuff. Now, if it's a company that gave it to me because we're going to be working together, I can't send that out. Or if it's something that's a little too difficult because it's just too big, I'm probably not gonna be sending out. But I got lots of really cool stuff. So, I mean, there is card kits, we've got pens, we've got buttons, we've got stickers, I've got pins, I've got paints, I've got all stencils. I mean, there's some cool stuff that's going to be coming your way. Obviously, the bigger memberships are going to have bigger boxes or bigger packages sent to them. And if you were a teal member, you're going to get like a couple of little tiny things and like a regular size envelope sent to you. So, but I'm trying to pass these things on to you guys so that way you could be part of the fun because not everybody gets to go to Creativation. I am going to have a recap video coming up in a couple of days about what my thoughts were about the show, but this is all the cool stuff. This is the fun stuff. All right, let me put on my comments on YouTube and Facebook. Hey, seeing Paper Road. Hello. Hi, Earlene. Hi, Carol. And I'm seeing a bunch of people jumping on Instagram. Hello, everybody. I see Archon Mounts. I'm going to do a shout out to Archon here momentarily. I also saw Sarah got on and Help Your Vets got on. So, hey, everybody. Okay, so this was my badge. I pinned it up, but good. I'm not going to put it on because it's going to get in the way of the mic. But I had a ton of fun. I mean, I got some really cool pins. This was the badge I was walking around with the entire time, having a blast. The teal, this color of a lanyard meant that I was a creative professional. And if you're like, well, what's a creative professional? Would I be qualified to be a creative professional? Reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you and to determine what path you're going to take. Because I get so many questions about who can go, can I come? I wish I was there. And it's not open to everybody, but if you kind of do what I do, like you work, you have a channel, you have a blog, you have an Instagram, you create videos, you create video content, you create still picture content for companies you work with companies, you probably qualify. If you're just somebody at home that likes to create and craft, that's not what this show is about. There's many shows that are out there for consumers that you would love to play with the items. Pinners Conference, CKC conferences, there's Stamp Expo, there's a ton of those. That's not what this show is about. So just as a heads up. All right. So lots of really cool stuff. And I love trading pins and buttons. This is the button I gave away this year to everybody who came up to me. And I got some really cool pins and buttons from some of the vendors. I got one from NAMTA, got one from some friends. I got some from Ranger. They were passing out the distress ones. They're really fun. So lots of really cool friends gave me buttons. And there was some that I didn't even get a chance to put on my lanyard because I didn't have it with me at the moment or there's just stuff going on. Okay. So let me turn this camera. If you are YouTube or YouTube or Facebook, you're going to see a better pan down. I'm also going to be sending out some of the bags. So if you didn't get a chance to be there and you want to get, I've got a whole bunch of bags. So chances are you're probably going to get a bag with your stuff inside of it. So let me just dump this bag out. These are like fun little doodads I got on the first day. So the first day I got there was an event. It was the Collins Show. And the Collins Show is all about if you are a vendor, if you are a manufacturer, Dare to Be Artsy was there. So that's why I'm kind of giving them a little bit of a shout out. I actually helped them out. So if you own a store, the scrapbook store, card making store, paper crafting store, brick and mortar or online, and also for manufacturers. So Lawn Fawn was there. I do have the video from the very first day when I was at that event. And we did a big make and take event. It was about 3 hours long. And so I sat and I helped Dare to Be Artsy with their make and take. And I got a couple of the kits. I'm going to show you guys. I got a couple of the kits that I'm going to be passing on. I also got some of their little, the stamp and stuff. They have this really, really cute new groovy stamp line that just came out. It's so, so adorable. So it was go to station. Sizzix was there. Who else was there? Diamond Dots was there. Lawn Fawn was there. Hero Arts was there. They're all listed in my video, and it's been so long, and my mind's going, I don't remember. Graphic 45 was there. There were a lot of companies actually that went to that event that walked the showroom floor, but didn't have a booth in the show. Some did, some didn't. It just depended on the company, what they wanted to do, and like what other events they had lined up and what was coming. And right now, there's a really big one going on right now back in Columbus in the same exact spot, and it's with Simon Says Stamp. So some of the companies opted to do a couple of smaller events versus putting on the big show. It just depended on the company. All right, so let me flip this around so you guys can see. So I was helping with the make and take because it was a really, really cute make and take. So I brought all the elements home so you guys could see. So we had Here Comes the Sun. Here's the elements that go with that. And there's a really pretty flower. So I've got some of the kits. I'm going to hold this the right way for you guys. So I've got some of the kits, you guys can see, that are going to be coming the way to my glitter and my silver memberships. So make sure you become a member so you can get some fun stuff. And if you want to be able to get some of these swag bag items, make sure you become a member by the end of the month, because I'm going to be mailing out the packages. And if you become a member after that, there's still lots of perks for being a member with me, but you won't get this perk. So you have to make sure you do it by the end of this month. That way I will have your information to send the bag on to you. All right. So Dare to Be Artsy was there, like I said, and they had some really, really cute, just look how adorable. Lawn Fawn was there. This was their cutie little make and take. Look how adorable this is. I hold that up for Instagram. Isn't that adorable? So they were there. This one was with, this one right here. This one was with Crafter's Companion. They were right next to where I was sitting. And so I jumped over, and it was with the new, their new machine. And so they have their brand new machine. So we were playing around with that. And then these were just some of the little pamphlets that I got. So there's a lot more. 3L was there. And so we were playing around with some of their stickers. So I did get, it must be in the other bag, I got a little sticker set, which are these really cute foamy stickers here. That's where this bunny came from. So we were making these little cute things. Okay, there's more. This is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. I got bags and bags down here below me. So I'm bringing them up like one step at a time, kind of as my day went along. I forget who gave this to me. This was so quick. We were standing out, and I think it was Sarah, but I don't remember for sure. Sarah, who is on, I believe she is on right now. She gave me this one, and this was my little kit, and I did use some of the elements, and then I put everything back in here so I wouldn't forget. So Sarah from Sarah Creates. This is, oh, the coaster looks familiar. So I was giving away little baggies, and I'm wondering, where did she learn the idea for the baggies from? Because this was what I was giving away. And mine, I've been doing it for a couple years, but she found the same baggies, which I think is adorable. I love it. And she was giving out different items, which I think was fun. So she gave out like makeup remover and hand wash. She gave out a little pin. I think this was her pin. Some gum, some little handy wipes. These are awesome. This is what I absolutely use. This was my like favorite thing. It was dry there for the first couple of days. So I went nuts with the little tiny, this thing is so, it's a little lip balm. It was so cute. And I really absolutely needed it. So it was super helpful. I never got around to Tylenol, but I have it as a stash for my stash. And then I never got to using those. I probably should have, but I forgot about them. So, oh well. But now I have all my items. I'm very tempted to like keep this baggie whenever I need to travel again, because it's like my little go-to, bag. But super, super thanks, Sarah, because I know you're watching. It was awesome. So it was you. Okay, so you did give me the coaster. I was pretty sure that was the case. She's watching on Instagram, so I was pretty sure that she was the one who gave it to me. Lolly was there, Lollipalooza. She was awesome. Here we've also got Susan Brown. These are some of the little goodies that some of my friends passed along to me. I'm trying to like pull things out of bags and then I can put them away. That way it's not all cluttering my desk. Here's a few other little doodads that just got passed along. So again, in the same awesome bag. In some of the booths they were passing out was just like, here's a little thing, here's a little thing, here's a little thing here and there. So I got a couple of pens, and these pens were coming from the Zebra company. So they had these little baggies that they passed out as I was walking around. So I got a couple of pens from Zebra, and they put them in these little cute bags. I used to use these bags, but they used to tear on me, so I upgraded to the nicer bag when I was passing out my stuff. There was a really cool company. It was called Knit the Rainbow. And they had a booth, and they were knitting, and it was all about passing along the art of knitting and stuff to the LGBTQ plus community. And so they were passing those out. They also had a couple of buttons. So I got a few buttons. I figured I could pass these along to all of my amazing members. So I got some buttons. There was a company that was passing these out just for fun. They had all things to do with paracord. And so they had little carabiners. So I got one for each of my kids. I'm not sending those along because I'm giving these to my kids. This was another one. Pins Mechanical. This is where we had our event. I'm going to show you the shirt. I am wearing a shirt that I got from the show. This is from Pacific Arc. They were giving me this shirt as I was walking around. They do wholesale stuff for a lot of other companies. So sometimes you'll see companies that have erasers or pens or stationery or things like that. They will manufacture that product with their brand on it, but Pacific Art's the one that made it. So there was an event that I went to one evening. I'm a little out of order, but the Pins Mechanical reminded me of it. And it was for anybody who was 45 and younger. So it's the younger crowd. I'm just still making the 45 and younger because I'm 43. So I got a couple years still left to go in this groove. And it was sponsored by, oops, I got stickers and stuff on here. It was sponsored by a couple companies. The main company was, the main company was Bob Ross. So we were able to pick up Bob Ross shirts, and it was fun. We played duck ping bowling, and I was playing with the owner of Heffy Doodle, and we were just having a blast. So, and I was there with, was Sarah there? Sarah, were you there? I don't remember. I think you were there. There's a lot of people there that we had a ton of fun. But it was really cool. They had all these really fun games, and there was like these giant swings, and it was almost like if you had a childhood fun thing that you could go do, that's what you did. And they had these really cool drinks that had, rock candy in them, and it was just, and they could do like virgin drinks and like regular drinks, and it was just a really cool fun night. And we got to play duck ping bowling, which I've never done before, which is really different compared to, Sarah was there. My mind is like a blur of all the different events. But yeah, it was, if you've ever done duck ping bowling, it's very different than regular bowling. You don't want to throw it hard, and I didn't understand that for the first few times I was throwing, so I was messing it all up, but it was a blast. I had a blast. All right, this came from Samplistic. She was very busy, and I never got a chance to do the make and take, but I asked her if I could snag one, so I did snag one of the make and takes. So this is coming as a kit to some lucky person. I only got one, so only one person is getting that. Got a couple of chapsticks from a booth that had chapsticks sitting out. Not sure. I'm going to talk about the race cars at the end because that is a funny story. This one came from Altenew. This was a little stamp they were giving away at Altenew. Here is the 2023 Artistry pin. Gotta love the pins. I got to add this to my stash. This was a company that is all about different kinds of packaging. I actually need to hit them up to get some packaging to see if they can include. But this was just some of the little samples of different kinds of packaging that they have. So I already talked about the pens. Lots of stickers. I got lots of fun stickers. Anywhere I saw a sticker, I grabbed a sticker. They just had them sitting out, and they were like, please take them, please take them. So I got lots of really fun stickers I'm going to pass along. Let me just look at them all. Tons of really cool from like McPherson's and Fredericks and Fabriano. And, just here we have art alternatives. There's words. I can't seem to be saying words right now. But anywhere I saw a sticker, I had stickers. I got to get my Artistry. Some I'm keeping, some I'm putting on my laptop because I do have a collection on my laptop of different stickers. Some I'm going to give my daughter because she loves stickers for her laptop. But a lot of them I'm passing on to you guys. So stickers coming your way. These are probably going to be some of the things I'm putting into the teal packages because they're nice and lightweight. And then I did also get from the Gemini, because the Gemini 2 came out. This is that thank you. Remember that card that I made? Same concept. This is the with love. This one says thank you. So I got this. They were passing these out. So it's a great way to do like a cut out of the middle of the card, which was really fun. So Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm just looking over here at the comments from Facebook and Instagram. And hello, hello. All right, so that is a lot of the little things that I picked up. Let me clear that up and put these away. So that way I have room for all the other goodies. I did have one company that at the very end, she was wanting, she's like, do you have room to take this home with you? And I said, I'm going to be pretty squishy. And to get all of this stuff home, I had 2 suitcases. One was like my big suitcase that I put my little tiny suitcase into travel. And I barely made weight. I had to put every heavy thing I owned in my tiny suitcase. And that ended up being 42 pounds. And then my big suitcase, I got it down to 50.5. I was that person in the airport who was moving everything around from one suitcase to the other to make weight, because I was able to check my little suitcase for free because the flight was full. So if it wasn't for the flight being full, I would have had to pay like an extra $100 to get all of that stuff shipped. And I was like, which I would have done it, but still, man, $100. But a lot of it was like the paints and stuff, which you're about to see. So I was very grateful when a company said, would you like me to mail a box to you? And so this is from Chroma. So let me open this up. I have no idea what they sent. This is truly on the fly. They mailed it to me. Let me get my scissors out. They mailed it to me and it showed up on my door a couple of days ago. So I was waiting on this package to come to do the unboxing because this is part of the show. And they were so sweet. I was demoing with Edding and they walked over and we had a nice little chat, and they were a really, really fun, a really, really sweet company. All right, so let me get this. This is like a true unboxing of this one because I don't know what's in here. And I did get a lot of packages handed to me, or like bags full of stuff that I purposely did not open up and take a look at because I wanted to be surprised as I was unboxing the items, just like you guys are surprised. So if it was like a swag bag and I didn't need it for a class or for a kit, I really truly like brought it back to the room, tucked it behind like where I kind of kept my stuff, and I haven't looked at it yet. My daughter went through and looked at it all and she was like, Mom, you're gonna be so excited. But I haven't because I want to be excited with everybody else. All right, so package this well. Oh my goodness. So really, really big box for a little box, but it's very heavy. I can see why they used the shipping they did. All right, so I've never actually played with Chroma. Well, I take that back. I had one thing of Chroma paint I got a long time ago. It was a mural paint that I was given when I went to an art teacher conference, 8 years ago or something like that. I was working in a booth with a company. Oh, and they sent me a nice handwritten note. That's so sweet. Okay, I'm going to read that later because it's just really sweet. I love it when people go the extra mile to like a handwritten note. And then all of these new amazing paints. Look at them. These are premium acrylic. Look at these. These are premium acrylic paints. Oh, these are so gorgeous. There's a whole slew of them. I'm going to show these for Instagram real fast. Look at them all. So these are called the Joe Sonia, I'm guessing it's called. I'm going to have to play with these because these look really cool. It says on here, I'm going to read. Okay, it says Joe Sonia Premium Pearlescent Acrylic Paint created by Chroma. Finishes with a pearly luster. Professional artist quality acrylic paint for decorative or fine art or craft painting. So I got new paints to play with, which is awesome. And I love the pearlescent paints. That's just so much fun. Wide variety of colors, like huge. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, what am I doing that way? That's stupid. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 22 colors. I don't know why I'm like counting individually when I can go, oh, there's 5 across, 4 rows of 5 is 20. Silly. So thank you, Chroma. That was awesome. That I'm keeping. That they mailed special to me. Those I am keeping because I use paints for all different kinds of things. Just because it's sitting right here, I'm going to go ahead and do the shout out to Picket Fences. So I did a demo with Picket Fences while the last day. They were in the very back of the showroom floor over by where the concessions. And I will have to say, so when I went to Creativation, I've been going to Creativation since 2017. I started doing the live shows, but I would pick and choose which booth I wanted to do a video of based on what people asked for, what I thought booth looked cool. And last year I changed my mind and I said, you know what? There's so many cool things I'm probably missing or I didn't get to or whatever. And, because it's a smaller booth, it may be a smaller company. It could be their first year there. It's not the big brand that everybody knows about. And so I started doing this last year where I would walk the showroom floor, booth by booth by booth. And last year I was able to do about 95% in 3 hours. Now, granted, some of the booths I only spent like maybe 30 seconds on because they were busy and they weren't understanding what I was doing. And so they weren't super welcoming in for me. This year was a whole different story. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of giving a little heads up about my debrief, but I did 3 hours on day one of walking the showroom floor and only got halfway. So I did another quarter on day 2 and my last quarter of the booths on day 3. And I still, now going back and looking, I thought I hit everybody. I missed like 5 booths. And I didn't even realize I had missed them because I thought I had hit every single one. And it's just my dumb luck. So it's where it is. So on day 3, I went to Picket Fences and they have their new paper pouncers, which are super, super cute. Let me flip this around. I'm going to hold these ones up here so people can see, whoa, not sure what's happening with that. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. I hit a button for YouTube and Facebook. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I hit something. I hit the wrong button and it froze my screen. So let's try this again. Okay. So the paper pouncers, they look like these little things. There is a whole demo video that we did in the Picket Fences booth where she's showing all the reasons. And then I went ahead and I pulled the video, that section of the video out, and I made a separate video of just the paper pouncers because I really do think they're kind of a cool thing. A couple people have commented since I have done the video that there's a similar product that is out by another company and they're called mushrooms. And I had never heard of it before until people started commenting. And I did a little bit of a deeper dive. And then also come to find out that these are also from the makeup industry. But regardless, it is a cool tool. I love the way that she has packaged these two. So even though it may not be like a brand new thing, how she has put it together is really smart. It does come in these little cases and it's used for like stenciling, or if you're wanting to add, this is the key thing, inks only, not paint, ink. But she's got it color coded, which is really smart. So that way it's just like with your ink, blending brushes, you've got all your fun colors. So she's got all the bright colors. And then we also have the your darker colors, so you've got your whole range of colors right here in the paper pouncers. The idea is the same in terms of where you're getting them from. But I do like the way she's packaging these. I will have to say this, this is really convenient and really fun. And I can't wait to try them because I'm excited for these because I do a lot of stenciling. With Crafters Workshop, I do a lot of stenciling. So I'm excited to play with that. Okay, another fun one I got. And this one I'm going to turn my big camera over. And half my stuff fell on the floor. So we're just going to do this. I had a new mount. I actually brought this home. This weighed a ton of weight in my suitcase. This is what my big suitcase was really handy for. So Archon, they were one of the booths. I didn't actually get, they were one of the booths I missed videoing because they were kind of tucked around. They were right by Demo Alley and somehow I just missed them. So I'm going to give it a little, this is the booth tour right now, quote unquote. And I'm going to be talking about these because I'm going to be using this while I'm filming. This is specifically for me when I'm filming all of my short videos. So I'm going to be, instead of using, I'll show you what I have been using because it's not very good. This is what I had been using. And every time I connected my phone to here, it would wobble. See how it wobbles? I love that it connected to my desk. I like that I had a light and all that stuff, but it wobbled and I would have to wait for it to stop wobbling. So I did a seminar while I was at Creativation, specifically on short form video. We had a packed house. There was not a single seat left in the room. Everybody was ranting and raving about my seminar. Which is going to be available very shortly if you were wanting to see what my masterclass on short form video is all about. And it's not that how to make the videos, it's just better ways to strategize working smarter, not harder, and how to work with all the 5 platforms that short form video are really key in right now. And all things can change, but this is as of right now. So I don't know if they were in my class or they heard about me or whatever, but they sent me a message and I specifically went over and they gave me the mount, which was fantastic. So I've got this really cool mount. Unfortunately, somebody at the show, and this is, I'm going to sneak peek about what my thoughts of the show were. There were some people that were stealing things from the show, which I think is the biggest shame in the world. And nobody should have to deal with thinking that things are stolen from their booth. And that's just the biggest bleh in the world. But they did have the phone part of the mount stolen. And as soon as I got home, I had an email waiting for me saying, hey, what's your address? Let me send it to you. And they also gave me the light adapter while we were there. And then they also sent me, because now I have a mount, I'll be an affiliate with them. I need to put that link up there because I haven't done that yet. They also sent me that I'm now an affiliate, some pins and my patch, then I'm an affiliate with them. So it was just the sweetest company. I got to run into them about 3 or 4 times, and it was just the nicest thing that they could have done. So thank you, Archon. I'm going to be using this and setting this up. I'm still waiting on the phone adapter, so I can't officially use it yet, but I'm really excited to play with it when I get my new shorts. So yay. And they're watching us on Instagram, so hi. Thank you. All right, so I'll put this off to the side now. I'm having to make like stages here. Okay, other fun stuff. Let me make more room here. Okay, this was a fun one. So right as I was the last day, I always walk around and wait for any booths that need help tearing down on the last day. And I also, I could do a little tiny video of what the showroom floor looks like. I got my foot stuck on tape during that whole time. It's kind of fun to see how, at least for me, it's fun to see how everything is like all put together. And then the next thing, it's like tear down and like forklifts are going this way. And it's such a weird juxtaposition of showroom floor and everything's, pristine and clean. And then everything's tearing stuff down. And some companies that like Picket Fence, I had gone back to say, thank you so much for doing the demo of the paper pouncers. That's when she handed me the paper pouncers. I was not expecting them. I was not asking for them or anything. Another time I was walking to the bathroom, and one of the companies, which is Marvi Yakuta, they have a wonderful set of different pens and products. If you guys ever seen any of the old paper punches, that would be the Marvi company. He's like, Erin, come on over. And we had chatted a couple of different times. And he's like, I have this bag for you. And he actually handed me 2 big bags. Sarah got some because she was hanging out with me. My kids got some as well. And it's all of these amazing markers from Marvi Yakuta. So we've got highlighters, we've got paint markers, we've got a whole stash full of different kinds of markers. And he pulled them out of the drawer and specifically handed them to me. And these were all the markers that they were demoing with on the showroom floor during Creativation. So some of them have been gently used, some of them might be well used, and some of them, they just had them open and they may not have been played with at all. So it's kind of a hodgepodge and I have no idea, but for my lucky members, some of these pens are going to be coming your way. I'm going to be divvying these up because they're cool pens. So excited to pass these along. I could go through each and every one of these pens, but I'm just going to pull out a couple so you guys can see what they are. So let's flip through real fast. So we've got these really big Deco Color acrylic paint markers. We've got some highlighters. This is a signature pastel highlighter. We've got here opaque, I can't even talk. Opaque brush pen. Sarah, you grabbed a whole bunch. I'd love to know. I just handed her the bags and I said, here, Sarah, take what you want. So I'm kind of curious what she snagged because we were hanging out in my room after the show because she had to be out of her room and her flight hadn't left yet. Here's one Le Pen, a beautiful Le Pen. So just a whole range of amazing markers. Some of these I am going to keep because I do use these. These are fabric markers. Look how fun these are. And I did ask him, I said, are you okay with me passing some of these along? You're not expecting me to keep these because I do caveat that with a lot of my companies because I had mentioned I wanted to pass some of these products along to some of my members. And he's like, yeah, by all means, pass them along, have at it. So if you want to become a member and this is just some of the stuff that's coming your way. There's a lot of stuff coming your way. Like I already have the boxes organized. I just got to fill them up and I've got to put your mailing label on there. And they're different sizes. So if you're a silver member, you're going to get a smaller box. If you're a glitter member, which is my highest tier, you're going to get a bigger box or envelope, basically. So this will be in there. So if you're not a member yet, become a member. All right. Let's look at the more stuff I got. All right. Oh, this was another one as, again, same trip, me going to the bathroom at the end of the show. I went over to Clover, and Clover does all kinds of cool things in terms of sewing. So they have lots of tools and gadgets and things to make everything to do with sewing and knitting way easier. And there was a short demo in there that we did. And one of the things I remember them launching years ago were these pom-pom makers. And they were really easy ways to make pom-poms. So and they come out fantastic and they're super easy. And I went back because I was ranting and raving about it and saying, thank you again for doing the video. And she handed me a whole set of pom-pom makers because I said I had one and I had like this size, I think. No idea where it went. She gave me the whole thing. It was what was on the floor. It was what was hanging from the showroom floor. It was what she had hanging there and she handed it to me. So big shout out to Clover. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I love making pom-poms. I think there's such a fun thing to do. And if you haven't gotten on the pom-pom craze, this makes life so much easier. So really cool there. This came from Craft Express. He was like, I can't fit it in here. I don't have room to fit this. So he's like, please take this. So this is a sublimation pouch, which I'll be passing along to somebody. Some more buttons and stickers. I got some artist-free buttons and some more artist-free stickers. So those are going to be coming your way, if you remember. Oh, another one. This was one of the companies I was demoing with is Edding. I mean, we're going to talk about Edding more specifically, but that was one of our little giveaways. Everybody's getting a bag for the most part. I think I have enough bags for pretty much everybody. And if not, I definitely have a couple of bags left from last year that it doesn't have a year on there, but it's from a brand company. So I'm going to try and get everybody a bag with a brand name company on them. I did my best to get as many bags as possible. One of the classes I went to was all about encaustic painting. And I feel so crummy because I have Cassie's. It actually goes like this. I had this baggie and we were doing the class together and Sarah was in there and there was a whole bunch of us that all went to the class. We were really excited about playing with encaustic painting. We were a little bummed out because it turned out to be more of a demo. And so we were listening for the better part of an hour. But the last 20 minutes or so, she let us come up where she was demoing and we all got to play with the paints if you wanted to. So this is my encaustic painting and I'd never done it. If you're curious about, and it's from R&F, about what encaustic painting is all about, it's all about having a paint that's heated because it's made of wax with pigments and a few other things. I did have a demo. There's a video from R&F that does explain it a bit more, but this was what I got to make. And then this was Cassie's and I put hers in with mine because they were still a little tacky. I forgot to give it back to her, so I'm going to have to mail it to her. So I need to make sure I mail this to Cassie. Keep me accountable to that. And then we also got some of their pigment sticks. So I got 2 pigment sticks while we were in the class. This was our little fun giveaway because it was more of a demo and we did not pay for the demo. It was a free class. So I got a pigment stick and I got to play with the encaustic painting, which I'd never done. And I was really, really excited to do. So that was cool. I loved that. Was a fun thing to. And now I have a bigger understanding of what encaustic painting is all about because it's kind of making a resurgence in a way. It's really cool. All right. There's a lot more bags at my feet. So there's way more to come. All right. Here we go. Okay. Another fun class. And there are going to be some little goodies out of here I'm going to be sending out. Not everything. Another class I got to go to was the Sizzix class. I was so excited. So Sizzix had a class that they offered for free. So some of the classes you went to, I took a class with Ranger, which we're going to chat about their products shortly. I took a class with the R&F, which was a demo that they offered for free as well. I did one with Altenew and I did one with Sizzix. I think that was it. I want to say there was one more. I taught a presentation, so there's mine in there too. But Sizzix class, instead of charging an amount to cover the cost of the materials they were giving you, they covered the cost of the materials and they paid for our way to go in the class. It was completely free, which was amazing. Oh, I also took one with Spellbinders for their Letterpress. That was the other class I was forgetting. So let's take a look. I did a quickie thing on my Instagram reel when I was doing my daily shorts of all the fun stuff I'm getting. But let's flip over and let me really show you all the cool stuff. So this is a brand new tool, this really cool tool right here. I'm going to kind of hold this way. I don't know which is the best way because Instagram is this way, but it's this way. It's this really cool tool that you have your own handle, if I can get it out. And then you can pop in the different pieces that you need. So you can pop in a spatula, or you can pop in a brayer, or you can pop in just the ending piece. And there's other attachments that go with it. So it's kind of like an all-in-one tool, which I think is really, really cool. So it really has some multiple uses of that. And again, given for free. I was sitting next to Eileen Hull while we were doing the class. And so we were goofing around and Cassie was on my other side of me and we were just having a blast. Oh, we also got just this I'm going to love. Like I said, some of these things I'm keeping because I will use them. Right. So this is another one. And this is absolutely amazing. This is a new mat that they have. And it's nice and big. I'm running out of room. And I got my water. I shouldn't keep my water here. It's going to get spilled. But it's nice and big. And it's silicone. It's got room to put your paints on one side. You've got your paint brushes. You can mix and match a bunch of stuff right here. It's just a really, really cool mat. It rolls up. It's easy to clean. I haven't cleaned it yet from when we did the show. But it's a really, really cool mat. And it did come in like a little bracelet looking thing. So, but you could roll it back up and it lays flat. And it's really good for any form of mixed media. But it's something like you can put down on your desk and then easily put away. I'm not going to keep it in this thing. I got to find a new home for it. I need to do the unboxing first, but it can take heat. It can take, so because it's silicone, it can take a lot of oomph to it, paint, heat, all that kind of cool stuff. All right, this was not part of the class, but I got this is just easier for me to hold up. I was working with Crafters Workshop. I did a lot of demoing in their booth while I was there. And so Sizzix came by and gave Crafters Workshop, which I do a lot of video content for Crafters Workshop, their new stencil thing. So they wanted to see, since Crafters Workshop makes lots of stencils, how would their stencil holder work with Crafters Workshop stencils? So she gave it to me to kind of play around with it and see how good and what I thought of it. So I'm going to be playing around with this. I don't want to get too involved in it because I think there's some extra stuff in here, and there's special adapters I think are in here. I'm hoping they were, or if they're in another bag somewhere, that help attach the stencils for, using the stencils so they don't move around on you. So I'm excited to play with that. It's a new fun thing I got. I love new toys that make my work and my job easier. All right. We also got, masking film. So this is a masking. Actually, I think this came with the stencil thing. I don't think that was in there. We did get some sticky tape that was in there. I got a Tim Holtz. I think this was actually, Sizzix also had, so maybe this was part of it. So there was 2 different things I went to with Sizzix, and maybe this was in the bag that came from that event. The first one was the class where we made these really beautiful cards. They were gorgeous cards, and we got the mixed media mat, and we got to play with the tool. Another one, Sizzix hosted an evening event for all of the influencers. And so they had a photo booth, and they had drinks, and they had snacks, and it was really awesome. And they gave us a swag bag. So some of these items are coming from the swag bag. So this is a Tim Holtz kitty cat's die. This is the, just going to say on here somewhere, mischievous. So it's cutie mischievous kitty cats. We have this one, which is, these are the sticky grid sheets. So I think these were part of my swag bag. So I'm kind of mixing and matching the class items with the swag bag items. I just put all Sizzix together. Here's another Thinlits, really cute one here. I don't know why my screen for Facebook and Instagram, Facebook and YouTube is so yellowy. I'll have to work on that. I'm sorry about that, guys. Tape runner. We got a couple of different textured embossing folders, which are really cool. So much fun watching me at the show. Well, thank you. It was fun being at the show. It's like one of the better things I get to. I mean, I love my job. I love what I do. I love all the parts of what I do. But getting to go to those shows really just kind of brings everything together, because I can meet other people that are just as crazy into arts and crafts in person, and not just be staring at a camera and watching comments. I mean, I know we're interacting, but I can't see you, but I can't hug you. And I'm a very people-y, huggy person. So we got some little glitter pieces from the Sizzix. This was also in the swag bag. I got a Sizzix pen. In the class, we got 3 different colors of paint that we used for part of our class. I'm going to show you guys a couple of the cards. I didn't do one card because I was leaving that as one of the things I'm sending off to you guys. So you guys actually get one of my cards from the class. So here's the other paint. So we play with the paint. And then we got a couple of the distress inks. So we got 3 little distress inks. I got pumice stone, antique linen, and crushed olive. So colors I don't have in this little, I don't even think I have these as the big distresses. So I'm happy with that. I like the small inks. They make life so much easier compared to these big giant inks, but I'm not complaining. Ink is ink, and I'm happy. We also got some prism paste from Sizzix. Ooh, this looks pretty. I don't want to open this because I don't want to ruin it, but just look how yummy this looks. You can see the glitteriness inside of there. You guys see that shimmery? It's just really pretty. So I think a lot of the stuff I just showed you is from the swag bag, but I got the class bag I'm going to do next. Let me clean out some of the stuff. So, and the event was open to anybody. Again, they paid for all the swag bag stuff that we got. And then also like the drinks. Like, it was a really cool event. They were super generous. They didn't have a giant booth. They had a small booth just next to the Notions booth. If you're not sure what Notions is, if you're a mom and pop store, if you're a company that has an online store and you sell products, you may not want, or you have like a class kit, or you are teaching classes or something like that, you may not want to go directly to, let's say, Ranger and have to put an order in for $600 only from Ranger. So you can go to Notions and you can get, $20 from Ranger and $50 from that company and $60 from that company, combine it together to fill up, let's say you have a subscription kit or to put in your store because you don't want to buy that much money. So Notions is a middleman company that can work between manufacturers and the wholesale buyers. So that's what Notions is. And so they were just across from Notions because Sizzix has their products in Notions as well. All right, so here is some of the cards I made. So the first card I made, and I did do 2 of the 3 cards in the class. So look at this one. I'll hold it up for Instagram in a second. So look at this one. This die cut right here, the stitching die, is actually Eileen's die, which was really fun. And just look how cute this is. We did a little bit of the paint, so we got to use our mat. And it's just a really, really pretty card. Let me flip it around so everybody can see. It was a fun card. It was a really fun card. There were some moaning and groanings about all the paper piecing on the teacup. So I was helping Eileen because she's like, that's not nothing. All I do in that. So she was just like, not my thing, which I get it. You either like paper piecing or you don't like paper piecing. It's one of the 2 things that you either enjoy or you don't enjoy. The third card, I'm going to show the picture because it's just easier. This is the one I'm going to send out to a lucky person. This is what the card looks like. And so here is the kit. I did not do that one. This is called In the Meadow card. It's a really, really cute set here. So, and it's got all the instructions about what to do. So whoever gets this gets the instructions and the kit. You just need to provide your own adhesive because this was all about paper piecing and putting your elements together. But everything is cut for you. And we were also commenting about how many items, little tiny, tiny, tiny things were die cut. And somebody had to sit there and die cut all of them in the right colors and put the whole thing together and do all of it. And so we were applauding the person who was doing all the kitting for the class because every bag had 3 cards that we did. And it was just a lot of work. It was a lot of work. And we were just flabbergasted. I also grabbed, this was the make and take that Sizzix did on the first night, which was the call-ins night. So Sizzix was there. So I did grab one of their make and takes. So that is coming. And I don't know if I have a picture, but you're going to have to do your best about what that one looks like. Apparently I have extra cardstock. This is another one of the tools that goes with that multi-tool. And it's the brayer tool or the distressing tool, which is kind of fun. This was our little wristband that went on our mats. Here is some other of the distressor tools that you can use for ink blending. And then we got the foam pieces. They're around here somewhere. So there's the foam pieces that attach that again go on that tool, which is really fun. The foam pieces are around here somewhere. I did see them. They are somewhere. And then the last class, the first card that we did together. Oh, here they are. See, they were tucked in. The first class we did together. Again, I'll hold up the picture and then I'll show you what mine looks like. So this is what it looks like. And then we were playing around and we were doing all different kinds of paint and different ways of doing paintings. Let me hold up the card for Instagram. So we were playing with the different paints. So I chose this one. So we were playing around with all the pretty colors of painting, but we were just having fun with the different kinds of paints and painting techniques that you could do on a mixed media card. And then this was the more mixed media version of the card. And it was just a really fun card. So I had fun with that as well. So that one I did make. And then we did the one paper piecing. And then there was like 2 or 3 of us were like, we're done. We had enough. We were all kind of finished. Our brains were toast at that point. It was the last class of the day. And we had other things that we were going to do that evening. And the beginning of the show, but it was still, and then another pen. So I might be passing. I don't know. I'm really short on pens. My kids seem to steal all my pens. So I might have to keep some of those pens. All right. So that was the Sizzix class. Let me pull that away. So I'll be playing with some of these yummy goodies here soon. Excited about these ones. I don't want to lose all these little bits. Been trying to keep everything all nice and organized. So I didn't get them like one company mixed up with another company. Doing my best for this particular unboxing. All right. A couple of times as we were walking out of an event or we would walk back to the hotel, there was one main hotel that everything was run through. It was like we got special rates and stuff. So as we were walking back to our rooms, every now and then they would have fun things laying out. So one of the days, I want to say it was the second to last day, they were passing out pralines because guess where the next show is going to be? We are in New Orleans, baby. So this was another fun thing that got passed out right as we were getting close to the end of the show. So they were really promoting the where we were going next. So they had some fun stuff that was to kind of promote. They also, and Sarah got these, they also had these really pretty feather masks, but I was talking with some companies. I didn't get out there in time, but she got some really, really pretty feather masks. to really promote where we were going next. And that was on the teardown day. But while we were there on the showroom day, they also had some fun goodies. So they were really promoting the company, the city that we were in. So they had these Buckeyes, which were really yummy. I brought a couple home for my kids. So they had Buckeye candy. So this is like a really big thing in Ohio. It's peanut butter and chocolate, which peanut butter and chocolate is my jam. I love peanut butter and chocolate. It is so, so, so good. So I am just so excited about bringing these home. They also had, there was a brand name of ice cream that's specific to Columbus, Ohio. And now I can't remember. I keep wanting to say Amy's ice cream, but that's our ice cream here in Austin. Lisa's, anyway, the ice cream, we had an ice cream break. And so they brought out little tiny cups of ice cream, and I can't do dairy. So, Sarah was amazing. And she was like my go-to person. She was walking me like, go get me ice cream, because I was demoing at the time and I couldn't leave my demo booth. And so she ran and got me ice cream, and they had a dairy-free version, which was a lemon. It was really, really good. If you guys can remember the name of the ice cream place in Columbus, Ohio, please shout it out. I would love to know. I cannot remember. I think it's not Lisa. Oh, crap. And now I can't remember. But it was really good. It was really good ice cream. And apparently it's a big deal there. And then they also had a beer day where, because we had a lot of people from Canada coming in, so we had Molson Canadian beer. We had a happy hour beer that was done on the first day, the last hour of the first day. So they were doing some really fun things at the show to kind of promote the show, where we were going next, to thank you to companies that were there. And they just had it open. And then some of the companies, Jenny's, thank you. It was Jenny's ice cream. That was what it is. It was a girl's name. That's what I remember. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was Jenny's ice cream. That's why Lisa is not right. And so they really did a good job. And then some of the booths had fun things that they were doing. Like there was a mimosa for one company. Another company had, they did donuts, and then they put the Jenny's ice cream, they did a scoop of it on the donut after they added sprinkles and stuff to the donut, and all kinds of cool stuff. I've not heard of these other ones, Mitchell's or Graders. I don't know about those, but Jenny's was the one that we got. Okay, there is more coming. All right. And of course, I've got stories with all these fun companies. So while I was demoing, I demoed in the Notions booth. Again, that's that middleman company from manufacturer to company, to the mom and pop companies that sell the products, the stores that everybody that we would go buy our products from. So Notions, and I was demoing there for Crafters Workshop and also for Dress My Craft. So I spent 2 hours, in 2 different days in that booth. And just around the corner from me was 49 Market. And I made the biggest mistake, and I am so, so sorry. I told her repeatedly, because she was standing there. So instead of 49 Market having her own booth, she had a corner, kind of like a little niche carved out for her that was for her product. So she just kind of stood in front of it as part of her booth within Notions, which was really smart, saved her a ton of money. And so she was passing out swag bags. And as I walked around the corner and I was filming live, I said, oh, 49th. I put this at the end of 49, 49th and Market. For some reason, that was in my head. And it never dawned on me that it's never actually been written that way. She goes, you're not the only one. So if you're one of those people, did you think it was 49th in Market like I did? It rolled off my mouth. It just rolled out of my mouth. That's the way it was. But it's 49 in Market. And I should have asked her why. And I know there's a story. I just don't know the story. Anyway, so as we were cleaning out, she had these fun bags that she was passing out. So let's take a look at the cool stuff. I have not looked in this bag, so I have no idea what's in here. So I'm really excited about this. All right. So this one, she had all these fun goodies. The bag itself, I might have to keep this bag for me, because this is a really nice canvas tote bag. Look how pretty this bag is. It is so pretty. It's such a pretty bag. I'm loving this. All right. So they have these ocean bit envelopes. Look how cute these are. Just show them for Instagram. Aren't they adorable? We also have, this one is all of her paper. So this is ocean collage sheets. So you can see what's on the backside for all those beautiful collage sheets. Just look at those. Those are awesome. Here we have these frames. Oh, so there's a theme for this. It's all the ocean. At least that's what I pulled out so far. So here we have these beautiful ocean frames. Look at those. And then here, right? Here we have, Spectrum Gardenia Garden Essential File Set. Let me get that glare off there. And for Instagram, you guys can take a look. And then we have these really cool essential strips, film strips in lavender. Oh, that glare is awful. I turned my light off, but it's still really kind of crazy. Look at the film strips. Aren't they fun? And then here is, this one's right here, laser cut elements. Those are some really pretty laser cut elements. And then the most amazing bag in the world. I'm not even done emptying the bag yet. Okay, let me get the rest out. Oh, last one, last two things. And then we have Color Swatch Ocean. So here's the ocean papers from 49 Market. Look how pretty those are. And then here's another one. This is the lavender. So I got basically like the ocean and the lavender sets, which is really cool. So look at those. So that was, and it was funny because it was on the last day and she had like 4 or 5 bags. And it was dumb luck that I happened to be walking by again. Like that was like one corner I walked by a lot for whatever reason. And it was kind of in the middle of the showroom floor. So it was a good spot for her. And she had, these were the extra bags. It was the last day. People don't want to bring a lot of stuff home with them, especially if it was intended to be given away. And so I just held my hand out just as like a joke. And she's like, no, seriously, take it. So that's how I got it. Right place, right time. Half of the stuff I get, right place, right time. And I know there's a ton of other stuff that gets passed out at the end of the day. I was talking with one company and it's the Oh Dear company. We were actually hanging out. I'm going to tell my car story now. So this is why I have a car. And if you watched my video for not the day I was flying home, but for the last day of the show, the teardown day, you'll see me walking around and going into a whole bunch of these like rooms and stuff. And then with these guys, I'm hanging out with these guys. It's the guys from Barely Art and the guys from Oh Dear. And so Barely Art is in Barely Art Glue. I hung out with the two guys that own the company, the co-owners. And then I also hung out with a guy from Oh Dear. And then he had his friend there with him too. And Oh Dear is a company that does stationery and greeting cards and art kits from the UK. And he goes, I don't want to have to take back the art kits. They've all been opened. Sometimes there's punctures in the kits, or maybe we've opened up a kit for a company. And so we just pass all these kits out because we wouldn't be able to sell them at this point because they've been kind of manhandled by being in the show. So if you happen to be at his booth when he's tearing down, or you were near him, or you started chatting him up, he freely passed out those kits because it actually costs him more to try and ship them back. And then he doesn't know what to do with the kits. So he just passes them out. So I thought that was kind of fun. So the reason for the Hot Wheels is because while we were at the show, the same hotel that we were in the last day specifically, so the day that we were tearing down, you would go from room to room on my floor, because I was on floor 10. You would go from room to room and they would have the bed filled, the tables filled, like walls with like all these different Hot Wheels. This was actually a free one because it's not worth anything, but like collector items of Hot Wheels. I didn't even know this existed. This was a thing apparently to like collect and trade and to like do all these crazy things with and some of the Hot Wheels were like a couple $1,000s. Some of them were like $2. So these guys from Oh Dear and Barely Art were going bananas over all these Hot Wheels cars. And one of them spent like a couple $100s, and you would go in and you'd buy one, and then you go to another room and you could trade. And it was a cool thing. The Hot Wheel thing was weird and interesting. It was the strangest thing, but it was so cool. I agree. It was this really weird because we just come from this art conference and all of a sudden we're in this Hot Wheels world. And so they had a bin. Somebody said if it was a bin by the front door and there was no sign for price, it was free. So I grabbed one just as a reminder of my Hot Wheels time, just for fun, because why not? It made for a fun event. It made for something kind of comical at the end of the entire show. All right, there's more bags. I kid you not. I have bags upon bags upon bags behind me, just trying to organize so that way I don't have so much crap in front of me while it's not so cluttery as I'm unboxing for all of you. Okay, this is a fun one. So as I was saying, I was demoing for a few different companies, and this was one of the companies I was demoing with in the Notions booth and also in the Crafters Workshop booth. And so I got to demo with all the yummy Stencil butters and the brand new, which I already have my own set. So I'm keeping some of these, but some of these are getting passed along to my YouTube members. So if you become a member, I've got some Stencil butters to pass along, and I also have some stencils. And some of these are some of the newer stencils, and some of these are what they call their top 50. So like you can't go wrong with a really good, hexagon or, honeycomb. There's just some stencils that for whatever reason, and we look at them and we gravitate to them. We tend to like love them over and over, like a good star. So I have some here. I also have some other ones I may be passing along. So pretty much everyone's going to get 2 or 3 stencils in their box. So, and they're all Crafters Workshop stencils, and they're fantastic. I love their stencils, and possibly a paint. I don't have one paint for everybody because some of these I am keeping, but if you ever play with stencil butter, there's some pretty yummy stuff. So I have a few stencil butters to pass along. So just to show some of the stencils that we've got here, let me get a dark color as a background so we can really see these stencils. So yummy stencil butters. I love these things. They're so yummy. Whoops. Okay, so we've got the stars. That is one that's coming along. All of these I'm passing along. So we have stars. I'm going to switch it out. We've got the hexagons, stars. It's kind of like a funny honeycomb. Whoops. We've got this is actually a new one, the dragonfly. But I already have it, so I don't need to. So I'm going to pass along the ones I already have. Here we have this kind of cool one. So here's a dragonfly. I'm not sure what this one is, but it's cool. Here we have just these cool shapes. Julie Faye Fan Balthazar does a lot of these stencils, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. This one, actually, I have two of these ones. So these are the same. I'm holding up the same thing that's below, which is cool. Look at this pretty snowflake. This is one of their classic ones that they have. I might actually keep this because I don't have this stencil, this particular snowflake. So, but guess what? I got two of them. So I'll be passing one snowflake along to you guys, but I don't have the other snowflake. So I'm glad I grabbed that one. This really cool kind of grid-like looking one. That's a fun one. And then this heart, and I do have that heart already. So that will be passed along as well. So really, really cute stencils. And I have some other ones that I have duplicates of that I'll be passing along as well. So they're either in their top 50 or it's a new release or just released like in the past 6 months. So that is coming to some of our fun members, along with a couple of you lucky ladies who are going to be getting, or members, men or women, will be getting some stencil butters. So let me put this back in the bag as the done bag. Oh, and then the bag, I got this one from one of the companies, Maker Flow. So I did get that from one of the companies. And that reminds me, they were one of the companies. By the time I got home, they sent me, that's your design. Oh, I love it. Oh, somebody's watching. Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of amazing people that design for, shout yourself out, for Crafters Workshop. And we have one of the amazing designers. She's watching on Instagram right now. So, hey, I can't see, stencil butters are delicious. They are. So there's so many of us that work in this industry in so many different ways. And I love that you're up here watching and that you're calling out. Which one was your design? Can you tell me the name of it? As I would love to know, because I know I can go look it up, but I'm just thinking of it right now. So let me know what your design is. All right, now I can shout it out to everybody. Okay. Okay. This is definitely like a wait, there's more. There's a lot here. Okay. So I went to Dina Wakley's class. This is the first Creativation she's been to since we all got in lockdown. And she had a wonderful class that was all about the gel plate. And so using the gel plate and using, and, you know, she's all about just, you know, free design, having fun, you know, there's no wrong mistakes, just play, you know, the messier, the better. And I love her take on how she comes at her art, and it's coming from a place of just, you know, let go and just, you know, release and have fun. Oh, sorry, you get the hearts and the dragonfly. Oh, I love it. And the grid style ones. Oh, those are awesome. Sorry. The person who's designing is doing the shout out. So they're fabulous. I love your designs. They're so cool. So back to Dina. So Ranger and Dina were doing a class together. So this is some of the items I got from her class. So let's chat about these. So we got a couple of her stencils, and I only opened up one because I opened up two. So I opened up two of her stencils, and she's all because she uses paints. It's a very different way of thinking with the stencils, because I use mine more with ink blending. With ink blending, you do want to clean your stencils. With her, she's working with her stencils. Sorry, really itchy nose. In terms of working with the paints on the gel press, on the gel plates. And so you want to leave all those little fun crusties behind, and it leaves little nuggets of goodness for the next time you make art. So hence why you want to kind of leave these the way they are. But because I do work with a stencil company, I'm going to be passing these along because I have so many stencils. And as much as I love Dina's stencils, I am probably not going to be using them because I work with Crafters Workshop. I want to see what she does, and I love who she is. And I will always, I call it professional development, going in other people's classes, because I teach classes too. But it's always nice to go to somebody else's class and just sit back and see their teaching method and their thought process. And maybe it's a technique I had done from ages back that I haven't done in forever. So I do like going to other classes to learn techniques that maybe I forgot, or something new, or a new piece of something or other. But again, because I work with Crafters Workshop, and I am going to even pass along the used ones because they're still good. A stencil is, you can clean it if you want, or you can use the yumminess and goodness the way it is. So these are getting passed along to my members. And I'll put them back in the corrective packages for you guys. Then we have the gel plates, and there is going to be a lucky person. I know it's used, but I already have the size of a gel plate. I have all the sizes of gel plates, and so I don't need another one. So I will be passing this yummy one along specifically to one of my glitter members because it's a bigger item. So lucky you. Oh, I need to make sure I put the mask items back away too. I think I'm going to keep this. It's a little Ranger scraping tool. This is really handy to clean off your mats. So I'm keeping this little guy. And I didn't mean to. I meant to give this back to her, and I stole it. Accidentally, I stole it. I was cleaning everything up, and it had rolled, and I was grabbing stuff. So I ended up taking one of Dina's brushes. So I'm keeping this one because maybe I'll give it back to her one day because it goes with the class kits. It doesn't actually belong to me. All right. So just to show you guys the tags I made. They're not the greatest, but it was all about having fun. So I'm all about having fun. So love to learn about videos. I do have a class coming about videos, short form videos specifically. All right, so I'm going to hold these up one at a time. So this is the finished products I made. We were playing with tags. So these were some of the fun tags that I made. They're just fun. She was going on about the easiest thing that you can actually create would be a flower. So to go in and create a flower is so easy to stick, little fun things, and then just add layers to it. I didn't finish every single part of all of the different layers, but I had some fun with it. I really did. This was like in working with like basic shapes like circles and zigzags and just making doodles and just having fun. We also got her stamp sets. We got some of her acetates. We got some of her film sheets. This was one that I was playing with here. I didn't even cut these up. This was one that she did on a really old typewriter. I haven't even gotten to cut these up. I'm probably going to keep these. I might use them for something. But look, all of her beautiful sheets. Got all these gorgeous tissue paper sheets. We even got her cool ruler, so I'm going to keep that tool because that looks like it's going to come in handy. She gave us a color wheel, this little postcard. And the stamps we did not get to keep because that was part of the class set. So the stamps, though, I did stamp some. I got some other big tags. I did stamp on something. I saw it. I swear I saw it. Here it is. So these were some of the stamps, but they were part of the class set, so I didn't get to keep the stamps. But I did stamp them in case I wanted to play with them later. Not sure I'm going to. Maybe I'll pass those along too, so you guys can play with the stamps. And maybe some of the tissue paper that's opened. So you might get some like really random stuff in your box when you get it. But that was Dina's class. And it was a really fun class. She's an awesome teacher. She's so laid back. And she does move fast. It's not like you're going to have to get to spend a whole hour on one tag. It's a very fast paced. Oh, and there's paint that goes with it too. That's somewhere. Oh, it's probably in the bag. But because the whole point is don't overthink what you're doing. And then we got a whole set of paints. So we got her paint, which is really nice. And the gel medium. We did get a gel medium as well. So beautiful paints. Probably going to keep these. Sorry, I'm not going to give away everything, but I'm going to give away a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, her classes are very fast paced because she doesn't want you to overthink what you're doing. She wants you to like go with your gut instinct, get it on there, pull it off, let that dry, move to the next one. And it's more like just getting in the creative process versus nitpicking about where to place it, where to put it. Stop like overthinking every little step of what you're creating and just create and have fun. And I love that concept. All right, I'm going to speed this along because I got to pick up my daughter in 20 minutes. All right, we're almost done. All right, so here we have the Better Press. This was another fun one that I got, and I'm holding this totally backwards for my Instagram people. Hang on, let me clear this out. Okay, we're just going to start putting things on the ground because I got to go to pick up my daughter here soon, but I don't want to have everything be too cluttered. It's okay, there's like stacks on my papers. So the Better Press, this one is awesome. So the Better Press is a new system, and we got to get some inker cleaner. We got, this was an ink. This is a story with ink. I'm going to have to tell this really fast. Story with ink. It actually comes from Ranger. It's a special ink to work with. It's a letterpress system that Spellbinders has that Ranger made, the ink specifically to go with it. And we got two colors. And they're on my cards. So we got these two colors. So these were the two colors that we got. The Better Press specifically, I did cut out a couple others, and we're probably going to do a video on this shortly. So I got some of the paper, and I got some of the dies that go with it, which was really nice. So I'll be showing exactly how there's a few other demos that are already out there. Basically, you put your die in there and it pushes it down. See how it's kind of hingy? And so it embosses, but it also stamps at the same time. And this was one of the other ones that we did. So I got to play and get some really, just really cute stuff. So there's a video coming on this. This is a class specifically. There's a very, very short demo in one of my reels for the day. But I know some of the other amazing ladies that were out there videoing got some really cool demos. I want to say Debbie Jenkins got one, and I think that Lolly from Lollipalooza did a demo or did a video on this about how this works. But this one I am keeping. I am keeping this. Sorry. That one I'm not passing along. All right. The last class I went to was with Altenew. I'm going to give my honest opinion right now. I love their products. All the other classes, everything was provided. I could walk in and I could just go great. Oh, somebody had a question. Could you use the base to emboss with our own dies? They were talking about being able to use your own dies because it would cut the paper, because it still would be able to cut it. It's worth playing with. I only got to play with it for, the couple of hours, and we were just learning how to do use the tool. So I'm not 100%. Oh, and Cassie did a live on it the other day. So Cassie's Parlor, if you want to check out the Letterpress, she did a live on that the other day. Thank you, Sarah. I have not played with all the things it can do. So I know there's going to be a lot of videos coming out on the Letterpress because they just got released. And those of us that went to the class, there's like 40 of us, we got our hands on it. And so people are going to start rolling out video content about what it can and cannot do and what it's all about. And so I don't have an answer for that yet. So can it cut? But it's different than embossing, and it's different than die cutting. It's its own thing, if that makes sense. So I'm going to come back on answering more questions about the Letterpress when I do a video on the Letterpress, because I got to get through this content before I got to go pick up my daughter. So the Altenew class, I was so excited about this class. They have some really, really cool new, pretty, these massive, massive stamps, and they have their new stamp wheel, which I did get I got a demo last year, and I got a demo of the stamp wheel for this year. What I thought they missed out on is they did not have a station for us to go and use the really big, pretty stamp on the stamp wheel that we could try ourselves. I thought they missed the opportunity to have 4 or 5 stamp wheels out. Let us do that. And the whole idea was that we took our stamp, the big, big stamp, and we actually stamped it. And then they had coordinating stencils that went along with the stamp that then you would be able to do these layered things. I'd have to show you the picture of it. It was a way to show, you put the stencil down, sorry, it's really loud. You put the stencil down one at a time, and you made a layered flower. So you put like flower A down, and then you would ink blend into that flower with their beautiful inks. Well, they didn't provide us any of the inks either. So we didn't get to play with the ink, and I would have loved to be able to play with their inks because I've played with other inks over the years, but I've not played with theirs because I don't have any. I would have loved to be able to play with their inks while playing with their stamps. We got all the stencils, and we were given the blending brushes, which I love their blending brushes. But we didn't have a way to do it because we didn't have the inks. So that could have been an easy class set, not given to us, but it could have been like a station or like these 5 people are all sharing the inks, just pass it around. So I think it was a little bit of a missed opportunity in that one class to provide us with the products for us to play with it, but we didn't have to keep it. It would just have been like a classroom set that we then passed back. So I have all the tools. I just didn't have the inks. I didn't have the stamp press to play with those things, but I got the stamp set, which is a really pretty stamp set, and then the coordinating stencils that went along with it to make these really pretty cards. But I couldn't do the class because I didn't have all the stuff. And I want to say that maybe 2 people out of the entire class had that. They did finally bring in black ink because nobody brought ink. Nobody brought anything, or most of us didn't. And so they did finally pass around a black ink so I could get the one stamp, which was that, but I had nothing else I could do with it afterwards. So I actually ended up leaving the class early because I couldn't do anything. So I guess a little bit of a missed opportunity because I was really excited about that one. I really wanted to play with this one and see what it was like. I took their class last year and everything was there. Everything was provided. It was great. This class, not so much. So, but love the products. I just wish I could have played with them more. Okay, there is still more bags. There was another fun morning. I am part of the DecoArt. So anything DecoArt, they have lots of amazing brands of paints and mediums. DecoArt's a wonderful brand, and I am one of their in their creative people. I guess it's one of their makers. And so they had a morning where they went through and they talked about it. And unfortunately, I didn't get my video set up in time and it had already started. Otherwise, I would have filmed it. But it was kind of going through all the products. And I had already gone through the day before when the show was first opened. And they had, I already did the demo with Sandy McTeer. And they did also the water marbling. And so they did the wax effects and the water marbling, and I already got that on video. So I kind of felt like it was a little bit of a repeated video. But they gave us a goodie bag, and we got a water bottle that's got like a detachable for snacks underneath. So that was kind of fun. We also got, oh, I think it's an apron. So I got a DecoArt apron, which is fun. That I'm probably going to be keeping. We got a little, I don't know, like a little journal thing, and it's got sticky notes and a little pen underneath. We didn't get any paint stuff, but we got some cool things. Oh, I got a silicone mat. That's nice. So I got a DecoArt silicone mat. And then I got a nice pin. Oh, because I was part of the Helping Artist. That's what it's called. It's called the Helping Artist program. So I actually got a pin that says Helping Artist, which is fun. And then a pencil. And then a fun little baggie. So somebody's going to get this bag because I don't need that bag. But I'm keeping my pin. I do want to keep a few things, like I said. DecoArt is lots of cool stuff. And I did recently just get a whole bunch of products from them in the mail, specifically the water marbling. So I'm going to be playing around with some of the water marbling. And it's one of the demos I'm going to be doing. I haven't fully announced. I've sneak peeked this. I'm going to be having a maker retreat that's happening in August here in Texas. And water marbling is one of the demos / mini classes that's going to be done at the art retreat. So you guys get to play with that too. All right, there's more. All right, there's only like 2 more bags down here. There's still lots more. All right, the first night, I think, so setup days are Thursday and Friday, and then, no, Friday, Saturday are setup days along with all the classes, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are showroom days. So this year on the second day, so that would have been Friday nights, the first day. One of our fellow creative professionals puts together an amazing dinner, and this is the second time she's done this, and it's fantastic. And we went out to dinner. She does all the arrangements, and she also has companies that put together a swag bag for us. So we get an amazing swag bag sent to us, or she gives out the items, and in it we get lots of really cool stuff that we get passed out. So I actually got some DecoArt stuff. So we got the impasto. So this was at our creator dinner or designer dinner. Some of this I haven't even looked. So we've got some stamps from Artistry, and I already have these stamps. I got to pull them out. Hang on. So I'll be passing these stamps along to somebody. So these awesome stamps right here. Sandy, there you are. Going to love that water marbling. Yes. So Sandy was actually on. She was there with DecoArt. So I just got to show the cool DecoArt thing. But yeah, we got the impasto paint from DecoArt. It's this way. Impasto. We also got some really cool texture cards. This is what she was playing with when we were doing the wax effects. I think these are the cards, Sandy, that you were using that day. That was really fun. And then we got a paint. This is the Americana paint. So if you've ever seen the Americana paint, that is DecoArt. It is awesome. So the Americana paint. This was in our goodie bag. Let's see what this is about. Oh, we also got Graphics was one of the sponsors for this one. So we got some Dura Bright. I got this one, which I don't know what's in here. Oh, this is from TLC Designs. TLC Designs is an awesome company. I actually work with them quite frequently. And I do have some of these products already, so I'll be able to pass some of these along because they are really cute stamps and dies. They did not have a booth at the show, but they did put their products into the swag bag. And they have some really cool interactive dies and just some really cool stamps and some stencils, really fun ones. So these are the same ones. I love that. So Sandy says these were the same ones, texture cards that she was using when we were doing the wax effects demo, which you can find on my YouTube channel. I pulled that video out specifically for that because it's just a cool one. Oh, I got another DecoArt pencil, so I'm going to pass this one along to somebody. Let's see what else. We got a little goodie bag from Dress My Craft. So we've got a scoreboard, which I believe I already have a scoreboard, so that is getting passed along. We got a couple of dies. We've got a Teflon bone folder, which I already have one, so I'll pass that along. We got some fun little shaker bits, and then also some other cool, these are the Transfer Me things. I don't want to undo all this, but you can see really pretty. These are the Transfer Me's. They're really, really pretty designs. You add water. It acts like a temporary tattoo. We got some items from Sculpey. So these are some, if you're into clay, Sculpey is really fun. There's some really cool clay pieces. And that is it. The rest are just papers. So you guys don't need to see papers. Papers are not as much fun. But it does, well, I'll show this one paper. It talks about all the pretty colors of DecoArt paint, because just take a look. It's like the coolest swatch ever. It's pages of it. It's so pretty. Look at them all. These are so much fun. So these are all the Americana acrylics. Think of a color, they got it. And they do release new colors, because I just got some new colors sent to me. So new trendy colors. They also sometimes retire some colors, depending. So, but you know, and there's always this, they're really good. They just have a really good quality paint. I cannot deny the quality of DecoArt paint. And they're just a cool company. I love their company. All right, let me get all this stuff back in here. All right. Got to find more bags. All right, another company I was demoing with, was Edding. Edding is a company that has been in Germany for years. I want to say they're about 150 years old. They are all about markers, all different kinds of markers. And they were releasing a couple of different kinds of markers. And we're also doing a couple of really cool events with Edding. One specifically is my card swap. So I'm going to be announcing this right now. Oh, Emerald Creek had a gift card. Yes, I just didn't want to announce the gift card part because I haven't seen it. I'll come later. So there was a couple of gift cards, or go to the booth to get the item. That item is in another bag over here. But yes, Emerald Creek did. They were one of the sponsors of the designer dinner, and I just didn't have the product to show. So, but it's this really cool stamps. They're inks that are sublimation inks, so it's really cool. I just haven't seen them yet. So Edding, we are doing a partnership. If you are interested in doing my card swap, there's a link down below in the information section, or if you're going to Instagram, it's on Instagram in my bio. And Edding is giving away to everybody who's a participant of the marker of my card swap, one of their new metallic brush markers. So these are the markers. This is the set. I'm going to be doing a video on them specifically. We're also doing a giveaway with this, which is going to launch in a couple of days. So stay tuned. And if you want to get all the news about all my giveaways and fun stuff, make sure you sign up for a newsletter, because that's where I announce all that cool stuff. So the giveaway will be coming very shortly. Card swap is not due until the end of this month, so you still have time to do the cards. I have the box of markers literally sitting right here. So you will be getting one of these fantastic new pens from Edding. This one's, oh, neither one has been opened. So like they're just about to be released. They're so pretty. They're so fun. And you're going to get a random color of brush marker into your bag, which is just so much fun, into your return. So not only are you doing the card swap, but you're also getting a supply, an item from the company, which is fantastic. And then we're doing a giveaway where you can get potentially a whole set of markers. So I did some demos with them. I was demoing with two different of their products. One of them were these new markers, and these are for glass, metal, and plastic. And so we were playing with these, and we were doing these on the cheapy Easter eggs, and how you can take the really, really cheap Easter eggs, and then you can decorate them, and they stick on there, and they're so much fun. I did a video on that if you want to go back and see those markers, see that in action. So they gave me some of the pens that we were demoing with to bring home, and these are being released next month. So I got them a little early. They're really cool. They're just a fun marker. I love them. They go on any kind of slick surface. So they're just a really, really cool marker. So that's the new ones from Edding. They also gave me, just because we were hanging out in the booth, so these are the new gloss paint markers. That's what they're called, gloss paint markers. So these are going to be released very, very soon, again, next month. And you can find them on Amazon, Michael's, places like that. And then the other product that we were playing with was the acrylic markers. And we were doing them on little terracotta pots, like those little tiny terracotta pots. And so let me open up this. And oh, they also gave me a t-shirt. So they gave me a really pretty t-shirt. And then they were giving away these little permanent markers for everybody who was coming by and doing the make and take in Demo Alley. So here we have the big marker set. So let me open this up because I'm excited. I haven't even looked. Oh, this one snuck in there. Or no, it popped out. So this is not something you can buy. This was just like a little demo package they can give out. But they have these really cool, big, chunky markers that are full of paint. They have This is one that's like a push activated. I demoed with these last year when they announced them last year, and they're just a really fun set of acrylic markers. And they come in these big barrels or big tubes or skinny tubes, different size nibs, and they're just a really cool and good quality paint. So tons. Drop. Not sure what you mean by drop. Somebody said drop on there, and I don't know what that means. So I'm hoping you're letting me know what that means. Okay, so that was cool from Edding. So if you're interested in joining my card swap, make sure you click on the link. The link takes you over to my Facebook group, but it's also on my website. There's this whole thing about the card swap, so you guys can take a look at it there and learn all about that. All right, don't do acrylics anymore because of the fumes. I didn't notice fumes, but I get it. Everybody's got a different kind of smell factor when it comes to their noses. All right, a couple other things. I can't remember who this was. I'm going to get to that bag in a minute. Okay, I got like 6 minutes before I got to get my daughter. Somebody asked me to get this for them, and please, if you're this person, I know we emailed, please email me again because I'm trying to find that email and I can't find it, so we can be in communication. She needed the paper roses because she lives here, but paper roses is out of Australia, so she's like, while you're there, grab it. Last booth I demoed with was Dress My Craft, and we did a couple of different demos over the course of 2 days. The second demo I did was when we were in Notions. We did these card kits, and so I was able to bring some of the card kits home to pass on to my lucky members. So I have a whole series of card kits that I'm be passing along, that everything's included. And then the first day, she gave me all the leftovers from the card swap. So, card swap, sorry. That was really loud. I'm sorry about that. She gave me all the leftovers because we weren't doing that card anymore. So she gave me that. So I'm going to be passing those along to all my members as well. So this was the other card that we did on the first Make and Take from day one. So those will be coming back to you guys as well. Exciting. So much stuff. Okay. Other fun things I just picked up while I was walking around. E6000 gave me a hat. So he's like, oh, that would look good on you. And Julie McGuffey was in the booth. So, you know, the ones that make unicorn spit and E6000s, that was from Ecstasy Crafts. Not Ecstasy Crafts, sorry. Oh, the name is gone. I'm about done with the voice. I got a water bottle from, I got Creative in Columbus. This was the water bottle that they had. At the very end, they were passing those out. Somebody had some twine left over, so I snagged it. Royal Talons gave me a set of some paints at the very end, which I thought was really sweet of them. They also gave me this really fun mixed media watercolor or mixed media paint or paper set, which is nice. It was very nice of them to do. Hang on, I gotta take a sip. I might have to get out my cough drop that I had snagged over here. My voice is almost done. So little fun things, lots. I mean, these are all little more fun things I picked up. These were some of the cards I did in my demo with Crafters Workshop. So some of these are going to get passed on to some fun people. Lots more stickers that I got, some little pins, another die. These are from P13. They're really, really cute. Those little die cut pieces, elements. I'll be passing those along. I got 3 of those because I have 3 different kinds. Somebody's going to get a really cute yarn from Hemptique. I thought that was adorable. More stickers, more pens, more just like little fun, cutesy stuff. This was another one of the sponsors that was in. This is from Buttons Galore and More. These little seed beads that they have. So this was another sponsor from the designer dinner. So I went by and picked up their little item that they had. So just lots of little goodies of stickers and things from fun companies. The only other big one I want to show you before we sign off is, again, when I was in the Notions booth and demoing, we had, it's going to be really loud, I'm sorry. Eclectic products. Thank you, Sarah. E6000 and Unicorn Spit is eclectic product. Not, I knew it was an E, but I couldn't remember. Thank you, Sarah, for remembering that. Okay. Totally Tiffany was right there. She was not, I don't think she was there, but Totally Tiffany was there, and she had these bags. So she was in the Notions booth. Her products were in the Notions booth. And so this is called the Nancy Travel Tote. And so they were passing this out. And because I demoed there a couple of times, they had one and they gave one to me. So I thought that was really sweet of them. So I got the Nancy Travel Tote. So lots of cool stuff. I think I finally got to the end of all of my stuff. Oh, there was one other thing. while I was demoing in the crafters workshop, we were demoing with the cards. Okay, so here's the cards. So we were demoing with the layered stencils that we have at the crafters workshop, and I was showing ink blending with 3 different colors of ink and then doing the stencil butter on the top. And so I got to demo with the Catherine Pooler inks. And so all the rest of the Catherine Pooler inks, and we got 8 of them, she gave them to me because then I can use them on the cards going further for videos with Crafters Workshop. So I got me some new colors of Catherine Pooler inks, which they're very nice, juicy inks and wonderful for ink blending. So I'm super excited about that. Those I'm keeping too, because that's part of a company thing. So, oh my goodness, that was a lot, right? How long were we going? Hour and a half almost. Oh my goodness. So if you are interested in getting any of this swag that I just mentioned, any of these products, make sure you become a member. Silver and glitter members get different size packages depending on what level you are. Teal, you're going to get like maybe a sticker or 2 in the mail, which is kind of fun. But if you become the bigger member, you're going to get a bigger size swag bag coming to you with some of the fun products that I got at Creativation, along with all the other perks of being a member of my channel anyway, which includes digifiles that get sent to you either every 2 weeks, every month, or every 6 weeks, depending on what tier you are. I send other fun goodies. You guys have like freebies sent your way. There's going to be advanced or even free admittance to any of my digital classes that I offer, things like that. So there's lots of cool stuff that gets offered with my membership. And this is just one of those fun perks. So make sure you sign up by the end of April of 2023. That way you can get your fun swag bag sent to you for being a member of my channel. It's my one way I can give back to you guys. So if you haven't signed up, sign up. And thank you guys so much. My voice is about to be done. I was really hoping, I've been waiting to do this video for about a week, but I had even worse voice, and I'm at the point where I need to cut this off, and I have to go pick up my daughter anyway. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be coming back to as many videos as I possibly can. Lots more content coming your way. And I truly appreciate all you getting on. So many of you that went to Creativation jumped on too. So thank you guys for being here, either on Instagram or on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you guys for being here, and have an amazing day. If you haven't subscribed to any of my social media stuff, make sure you do that, because there's always more content coming your way. So yay. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'm off to go pick up my daughter. And my dog is looking at me like it's time to go in the car. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Bye, everybody.